Mr. Fritz.
Yeah, to give this to, I decided to change my motor, James Fritz, 271 Crutcher Road. I decided to change my motor apparatus and discuss something of vital interest to you guys, keeping people in this county healthy. And you're all three obviously medically proficient. There's an easy way to prevent about 90% of stroke damage in case of a major stroke. And that's a common ingredient in cold medicine called dextromethorphan. I have 3 studies on it. Canadians know all about it, but down here, very few people do. For instance, we had an 85-year-old woman in our North Olympic Fruit Growers Club had a massive stroke. Paralyzed on one arm and one leg was limp. She couldn't talk. She could barely swallow. She couldn't roll over for 2 days. In 2 weeks, she was in intensive physical therapy. In 3 weeks, she was home. In 4 weeks, she was out working on her orchard. And she has her eyesight, her intellect, her speech were fine, no problems. She had a slight balance problem, so she walks with a cane when she's outside, but not indoors. And if she holds up a glass of water or something, she has to put her hand under it. But for being 85 and having a massive stroke and being back virtually to normal in 4 weeks is amazing. Now, the reason she could is 2 weeks before the stroke, I talked to her, and she went down to Don's Pharmacy and got a whole throat lozenges, which have dextromethorphan in it. The way dextromethorphan works, and the reason it works, is that if you have a clot in your head that causes stroke, the circulation is cut off. The little capillaries continue to feed it. But about the end of the second day, the tissue starts to swell, the cell walls rupture, and permanent damage is done. Well, dextromethorphan is a beta reverser. It pulls calcium out of cells. That prevents glutamate, the neurotransmitter, from sucking in fluid so the cells don't rupture. And 6 or 10 days later, when the blood clot's removed, either naturally or by medication, the tissue can be brought back. And we've been using it. I know people have been using it for 15 years. But it's so frustrating. I give 100 of these copies a year out. But the fact is, there's no money in it. No pharmaceutical company will spend $30 million. There's a stroke association, LDS Hospital in Salt Lake City, and the original article that came out in Discovery Magazine. They're all there. I have the documentation.
Thank you. Yeah.
Let's see it.
Yeah. No, thank you.